How much time do you spend out of every day focusing on negative things? And I'm not talking about fleeting thoughts about bills or a fight you had with your girlfriend last night. I'm talking about the runaway train of emotions and thoughts that you get from those things. Or the hour you spent last night before bed thinking about something you saw on the news that is 100% out of your control. Instead of focusing on solutions, we focus on the problem itself. And we focus on problems of the world as if they're problems of an individual. That isn't a sustainable or healthy way for us to live our lives. We make our own reality, and every minute we spend lying awake because we can't stop our minds from spinning down this existential spiraling death loop is one more minute the next day we can't spend creating or reinforcing positive change in our own lives. And I've struggled for years with this because it seemed like every time something good happened, it was always followed by bad things. I couldn't enjoy the present because I was so obsessed with what could go wrong in the future. And I couldn't relax because I was so caught up with the tension of day-to-day life. Other people's emotions would infect me. It's easy to stay down when no one else is in a good mood, and I surrounded myself with people whose perception of life was from a glass half empty perspective. I would listen to music that reinforce those negative emotions because it feels good to know that someone out there understands the way that you're feeling. Misery loves company isn't just an empty statement. And for a long time that shaped me, especially when I eventually let the parts of me fade away that kept the rest of me balanced and in check. Because I've always been creative, a writer, a musician. Exotic worlds would open to me when I put pen to paper, or in a split second of hearing a single note, an entire sonic story would play out in my head. And eventually I convinced myself that it was all juvenile. The day I quit my band because of my first 60-hour work week, it brought a sort of closure in my head on that chapter of my life. Time to grow up. Now you work. Now you are an adult. It took me years to realize how wrong I'd been. I had killed off the part of myself that held me together. And for a while, I became kind of soulless. And as a result, everything started becoming negative. Now, that's just me. I'm not saying it's going to be the same for you, but by telling you that, I'm trying to just lay out a scenario for you to be able to maybe recognize in yourself what has led you to this point. Because once you hone in on why, it becomes a lot easier to reverse course. Things will still worry you. You won't be magically unaffected by negativity if you do, but the goal for me was that instead of compartmentalizing the good, happy, satisfied parts of myself and letting the negative emotions run free, I kind of flipped the script. And this isn't a how-to video, so I'm not going to give you a step-by-step on how to become happy again. And honestly, I think anyone who says that they have the answer to that is full of shit. They're either trying to sell you something or they want to give you pills. But sometimes just talking about it can help. And so this is a conversation, something to get you thinking, something that can maybe reignite a spark that you had snuffed out in your own past, a version of yourself just begging to be let out of the dark because nobody wants to harbor negativity for their entire life and die having known nothing else. Nobody wants their stomach to be twisting all day for a reason that they can't even identify. And as with a lot of things that I talk about here, the decision to change comes within us. You can watch all the videos and read all the books you want, but it will always come down to whether or not you begin to take action on that decision. And don't wait until your life has passed you by, because the longer this version of you goes on, the darker the world will seem until eventually. But there is so much beauty and life and greatness in this world. There's just so much more to live for than the negativity and heartache and pain. It might seem insurmountable right now, but I promise you it's worth your time to try and see it. So go find the things that keep you locked in negativity and make the decision to break those chains. You are worth the effort. And thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I'm Dylan, and I really do appreciate it. Show me some love, hit the like and subscribe buttons. It really does mean the world to me. Much love, and until next time, take care.